terrifying appearances, and creepy features.
What the hell? What is that, Mom?
Not something demonic.
Guys, what is that? Oh my gosh.
But it's the strange animals that live in the world's biggest forest. Whether it's the unidentified animals or the unseen creatures.
Look at that.
Hang on for the insane encounters with the monsters of the woods, caught on camera and shocked everyone. A man discovered Plesiosaurus while sailing in the lake in 2023. Some people were on the boat when one of them witnessed the long-necked creatures, similar to an ancient marine reptile that lived millions of years ago. The Plesiosaurs had broad and rounded bodies with long, slender necks like a beluga whale. These creatures appeared calm, showing no aggression toward the sailor. It caught everyone's attention, making people curious because it revealed a species that was once thought to be gone forever. Slimy baby alien.
I don't see any scales. I certainly don't see any hair.
In Australia, a man saw a creature on the sidewalk while jogging. He realized that it was an unusual small being that resembled a baby. It had no hair or scales. Its skin was quite slimy, and it was pale gray in color dot. The jogger slowly pointed at the creature with a stick and attempted to wake it up.
It has kind of a gelatinous look to it. It's kind of slimy.
It appeared as if it was breathing but failed to respond. When the video got uploaded, many came with the opinion of it being a tadpole. Wasn't it a bit too big for a tadpole? Some even said it was an undeveloped embryo of an alien, but the truth is for you to decide. Mermaid sighting. Resting in the middle of the river, this was none other than the mythical mermaid. It was captured by an explorer standing by the river. It had a strange human face with its skin having scales. The man recording the footage uploaded it on the internet, where it went viral. Majority claimed it was a nymph. Nymph, although resembles a mermaid, is not fictional. Rather, it is associated with an ancient group of goddesses that live in the ocean. Whatever it was, it surely showed people how unknown humans are from the world of the ocean. Rotos Creature. In the city of Paraguay, the locals discovered a peculiar creature which was not breathing anymore. As they got closer, they were shocked to see the creature looked humanoid, but still terrifying. The footage quickly went viral, catching the attention of both locals and scientists. Some argued it would be a monkey, and others stated it was possibly an unknown species, as it didn't have a head and had strange limbs, thus confusing on which category it could fit into. As many theories were given out, much was still unknown about its origin or how it got dumped into the river. Giant catfish. In July 2023, a fisherman found a giant catfish. The video showed its long, thick tail, almost like a snake, but as the camera moved, the fisherman's hand could be seen resting in its mouth. Fortunately, the catfish was not alive. However, it had a wide mouth and tiny pea-sized eyes. Its length was surprisingly long, much bigger than any usual catfish in the area. The man who captured it seemed to enjoy the unusual sight. The catfish left both the fishermen and viewers amazed. Mermaid Skeleton.
Shit! What the hell is that? What is happening? I see this?
An adventurer made a shocking discovery when he found a mermaid skeleton hidden under a rock in a lake. The skeleton seemed to have a distinct structure of the skull that stunned him. Overjoyed, he immediately notified his mother, as he never thought it was possible to happen. As he was waiting for her arrival, he looked at the skeleton closely, wondering about its origin.
What the hell? What is that, Mom?
This unexpected encounter raised many questions about the mermaids and various folklore. What secrets could this skeleton tell us about the tales we have heard for centuries? Water giant. Imagine strolling in a park, and just when you are about to admire a good pondside, you come across this. A scary, hairy beast with fangs moving across the pond. The water giant was unbothered by the human presence. It almost seemed as if it was looking for something. Only his face was clearly visible as half of its body was fully submerged in water. The sight was terrifying, even though the water giant was harmless towards its audience. Still, they wasted no time and left the area wondering, did they just see Bigfoot, or was it something else? Dragon-like creature? A strange creature was caught on camera swimming in a river. It had shiny scales and 2 sharp horns on its head, giving it a fierce, majestic look. The creature seemed angry and grabbed the attention of locals, who gathered along the shore to watch it. Everyone was amazed by this dragon-like animal. People started wondering, where did it come from? Some even guessed it might be a new species they'd never seen before. However, no proper identification of the strange creature has been done till now. So what are your thoughts on it? Let me know in the comments below. Pleco.
Comment below. I think it's a black armor.
Calling it a weird fish, this man actually captured a Pleco, a fish so unique that it could not be compared to any species found in the lakes. This black Pleco fish had great-looking scales, and some points like sharp edges dot. The fish was breathing quite easily, and this made many enthusiasts and researchers develop interest, and were impressed by its uniqueness.
Alright guys, I just caught this weird fish. Not sure what this is.
Another thing which makes it a wonder of the ocean are its demonic features. However, the man instantly released it back into the water, since they thrive in the Floridan canals and lakes. Giant carnivorous fish. An explorer discovered a giant fish which he caught through a net. The creature was as long as a car, elongated with its body slicked. It had long, sharp, pointed teeth. He did not expect that it was as heavy as it looked, which made him remember the strength that the creature had. However, the thoughts of aggressive fish were colliding in the mind of the explorer just like ours now. Loch Ness catfish. A man went fishing on the lake. He threw the fishing rod into the water with the aim of making a big pull. And he got lucky, as this time it was a massive catfish that he got in his hook, although it didn't look ordinary at first, and gave the man a jump scare as it resembled something mythical. Yes, it looked like a Loch Ness monster to the guy, but the closer he got, the more relieved. These catfish are considered quite rare in the fishing world, and it's not often that they make their presence known to people. Paddlefish.
Oh wow, that was a big fish, bro.
A girl decided to go noodling for catfish in the lake. The little girl stirred the water with her hands in a hope to get a good catch. Suddenly, she grasped something big. It was a paddlefish! Gripping it tightly, she swam closer to her friend. The fish tried to flip in the water, but she was strong enough to hold it. Now the fact that the girl is casually holding the fish is because paddlefish have no teeth.
Good catch. Thanks. I've only caught one of those noodling ever.
These fish totally depend on scooping. However, the girl still deserves appreciation for tackling a huge fish like this with her bare hands. Colossus.
Pega ali e vai puxando ele por aí.
A man discovered a true Colossus while fishing in the river. It was a gigantic pirarucu, about 2.30 meters in size and weighing just over 286 pounds. As soon as he realized that it was a big catch, he felt thrilled, and adrenaline rushed all in one. His fishing partner assisted him into getting closer, but they soon understood that the fish could not be lifted into a kayak. They let the pirarucu go to enhance its natural well-being in the river. North Carolina Encounter.
Look at that.
A dark creature was seen swimming close to the shore of the river at the southeastern region in North Carolina. The man almost couldn't believe his eyes when he saw it gliding through the water. It was hard to tell what exactly it was, because at times it resembled a huge snake with a long, round face. However, the man shared the video online in hope of knowing what it actually was. Some speculated that it might have been an alligator, while few of them even stated that it might be the legendary Loch Ness Monster, but a friendly one. What do you think? Human face creature. Two boys came across a long, dark creature in the water. The creature appeared oddly weird and had a human-like face. Being curious and in great excitement, the boys went close. They tossed a net to catch it, working together to move it in, but couldn't. As they got closer, the creature lashed out, and one of the boys ended up with a mark on his hand. Startled and scared, they quickly backed off, realizing capturing the creature was harder than they had imagined. They came to understand that sometimes it's better to observe nature's mysteries from a safe distance. Sturgeon Encounter. There's a reason why they are called the living fossils. I am talking about sturgeons. A group of friends while fishing in a Canadian river came across one. Trying to protect the rare species, though they didn't catch it, they managed to capture the encounter. Floating on the surface, the sturgeon looked around 5 feet long. While I am not sure about the exact size of this one, they generally weigh around 600 pounds. This video, when shared online, instantly went viral, and now we know that it happened for all the right reasons. Cryptid monster. In a lake in Indonesia, a group of boys stumbled upon a remarkable sight of a mysterious entity floating in the water with dark, hairy skin. It appeared somewhat extraordinary. As the boys drifted closer, they soon became curious. They took sticks and started to poke it. It squirmed around in the mud, thus causing ripples on the water surface. Curiosity was seen rising, and it was named as the Cryptid monster. However, after some time, it disappeared in the water and left a mystery. Maybe it was indeed the river monster. Crocodile Fish. Have you ever seen a hybrid species that could blow your mind? Well, an adventurer came across something by the shore. It was a creature with an upper part of crocodile and lower part of a fish. In fact, it was a crocodile fish. Its face was spiky and eyes that glowed. It built terror within him as it seemed like the fish could feel its presence among its own territory. Realizing the potential danger, he wasted no time and left the area. However, the river, which was once quite calm, seemed to have definite tension now. Mutant Turtle. In a secluded military test site, a shocking discovery was made. A mutant turtle unlike any seen before. The shell of the turtle resembled an unusual pattern. Its limbs were stranger than the normal turtle. It had 2 faces that gave it an alien appearance. How was this possible? Discussions arose regarding the causes of its mutations, from environmental factors to the impact of military testing conducted in that region. The encounter raised concerns about the safety of wildlife fauna. Mud skipper. There was a recent discovery of a fish that emerged from the water and its head stuck above the ground. It got even stranger as smoke started coming out of the fish's mouth. It continued to blow a weird mist, and viewers remained enthralled. This led to further queries as to what might be behind such behavior. It was observed that the fish seemed to be a mud skipper, a unique fish that can survive in aquatic and terrestrial environments. Indeed, mud skippers can gulp air and are able to release excess gas. Hence, the presence of smoke poses some questions. Is it the result of stress, or is it a new function that developed within this fish as a result of its adaptation to a new habitat? Humphead fish. In Indonesia, a remarkable discovery was made of the fish, which was difficult to identify. It had a small head and an elongated body. The fish also had a hump on its head, which would indicate it perhaps received an injury. It was assumed that it was some kind of a catfish dot, but looked like the catfish had undergone some weird changes. Aloud, it raised questions among the marine biologist and conservationist. What other hidden challenges can these aquatic species experience in these habitats? Well, the researchers are working on it. Hybrid creature. In a coastal village in India, the locals found something unusual on the shore. It looked like a seal, but it had a cow's face and even 2 little horns. Its skin was soaked in water. The locals perceived it to be a unique kind of animal. Some stated that it was a hybrid species, while others were clueless of what they had witnessed. The discovery has raised more questions, and the people living there, as well as those watching on the internet, are all puzzled and shocked. Serpent-like creature.
There's something strange swimming in the lagoons of City Park. You can see it there.
In August 2023, a huge serpent-like creature was seen in the New Orleans City Park, United States. As per one of the witnesses, she observed an elongated creature with a long tail moving in the water.
It's nothing I've ever seen before.
She pointed to the fact that the creature remained on the surface for a longer period of time than fish, posing questions to her about its identity. People speculated a lot about this creature, some even jokingly calling it the Nessie of New Orleans. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments. Aggressive fish. In early September 2023, a man went into a nearby river for fishing, and he caught an enormous Goliath tigerfish. As soon as he grabbed it, the fish looked upset and was keen to get back in the river. Its sharp teeth, along with its aggression, evidenced the fact that this was not a typical fish. The footage showed nature in all its aura, suggesting how even a common thing can be something out of this world. Tigerfish. An explorer made a remarkable discovery in a remote lake when he spotted a hybrid species that was half fish and half tiger. The tigerfish had beautiful colors and clear patterns on its body. As it swirled closer, the explorer was fascinated by its unique appearance and graceful movement. He quickly recorded the scene and couldn't help but wonder how such a creature could even exist. This discovery has made us think about the need for further research on the hybrid species in the ecosystem. Monstrous claw. An enthusiast was kayaking in the shallow water of an isolated beach, and he found something odd. When he reached the shore, he froze in horror at the sight of a monstrous claw, approximately half the size of the boat. The claw looked more like the shell of some exoskeleton. It was rough, and it felt hard like a bone. It was as old as if it was hidden there for thousands of years, to be brought to the surface. Could this have been a part of some unrecognized species of monster crab? Maybe a mutated version of some creature that lived in this territory and was deformed because of the pressure of the water. Mollusk. A guy came across this strange mollusk just lying on the sand. It had these cool engravings, almost like art. Curious, he flipped it over to get a better look and noticed it didn't have any sharp teeth or anything scary. Instead, colorful rays shimmered inside, making the whole thing look even more beautiful. He was mesmerized by it and realized he was dealing with something really special. The way its designs were so detailed, and how it opened up, felt like there was some kind of mystery behind it. Amazonian giant. Muddy waters are already ghostly, and seeing through them is tough, but the boatman managed to capture something strange moving on the surface of the Madeira River. A fallen log glided through the water as if something or someone was pushing it forward from under the water. Soon, it passed by the boat without causing any trouble.
Galera, olha isso.
The boatman remained calm and tried to get a better look of what really it might have been. Unfortunately, it disappeared from sight later with no traces. Skeletal Shadow. An explorer discovered an unusual creature in the river, which looked like a skeleton as it had an elongated structure. The casted shadow added much fear when he could not figure it out. It had a glowing golden head and formed unusual wave patterns. The shadow seemed skeptical. The skeletal appearance looked like an alien underwater. The explorer decided to leave the site, which I would say was the right decision. Elephant fish. In a quiet river, a man caught a unique fish. It was a hybrid species with a lower body of a fish and upper body of an elephant, but nevertheless it was small. Its unique characteristics made it stand out. As he twirled the fish, he noticed intricate patterns on its skin. Its large round eyes and the trunk added to its charm. It was a rare sight. However, the elephant fish shows us the incredible diversity of life in the water. Thailand fish encounter. In Thailand, a fisherman caught a huge fish that had peeling, rough skin. As he tried to lift the fish into his boat, he realized that it weighed a lot more than he had thought. It was almost 297 pounds, a huge catch of the life for the angler. It was quite fascinating as well as daunting to see an enormous fish. The discovery was unexpected, thus making everyone curious and baffled about its identity. Demonic creature. This is how a normal fishing day could turn into an adventure. A group of friends, while fishing on a river, came across this demonic entity. It was a humanoid figure that half emerged from the water and began to float a bit far from them. Although covered in thick hair, the face was depicted with red and white colors, the fact which troubled these friends. But they didn't go near it. Soon, the floating mystery disappeared into the water, with onlookers claiming that they had witnessed the devil of the river. Extraterrestrial creature. A man discovered something extraordinary while wandering in a deserted territory near a remote research facility. He found remains of an alien life form. The creature had no skin, and it was shaped differently. It had a long tongue. The sickles-like sharp canines gave it an evil look. The creature even had a stamped mark on its body, appearing to be an experiment of a laboratory. Was it really a result of a biological experiment or a leftover of some other planet? The answer remains untold. Alien fish.
Had never seen a striper with that head and that tongue.
This fisherman, when caught the strange-looking fish, immediately contacted the local authorities. It had a strange face and an odd tongue within. He was stunned as he had never seen this before. It was possibly thought that the genetic mutation caused the distortion, and it looked like alien birth. The fisherman, who wished to have caught it earlier, claimed that he had never seen a fish like this before. He even called it a hybrid fish.
Had never seen a striper with that head and that tongue.
Let me know your opinion on it. Dome-like creature. In the coastal region of Uganda, Egypt, a peculiar figure was seen on the wet sand. It was a huge, dome-shaped creature on the surface that looked nothing like the usual fish that washed ashore. The spectators debated as to whether it was a body part of a huge sea animal or an unknown sea creature that got stranded on the beach. Why don't you have a look at it and let me know what this creature could be? Male octopus.
An octopus swimming through a creek. Now, experts tell...
A rare and remarkable encounter took place when a mere full-grown male octopus swam through Donkey Creek. It was noted that it had a soft, bulbous body, and its skin exhibited intricate patterns and color changes. It was secretic and reclusive, as it is commonly found in the depth of the sea. The analysis suggested the octopus might have reached maturity, and was likely near the end of its life. The discovery has made us realize how fragile these ecosystems are. Ogopogo. A startling discovery was made beneath the surface of Okanagan Lake when a group of friends went fishing. They witnessed a rusty creature submerged in water. The group could not understand the horn-like protrusion and nodules, and therefore posed questions as to whether they have seen Ogopogo, the lake monster, or an unusual bird. So they called experts, and for the first time in many years, they too were stumped at the visual. They believed the creature was at least 3 feet wide. So what could it be other than the mythical Ogopogo? However, the creature made people rediscover the legend of Ogopogo. Thus, the mystery of the lake is still alive and thriving among the residents of the area and tourists. Pink dolphin. An explorer discovered a pink dolphin in the basins of the Amazon and Orinoco rivers. The dolphin was easily distinguished from other types because of its pink coloration, which however grows brighter with age. This coloration was assumed to be developed due to the layering of capillaries in the skin, alongside scarring tissue. It was relatively big as its rodents were about 5 meters in length and weighed up to 330 pounds. Considering that it is one of the species of freshwater dolphins, it serves as one of the pillars of the Amazon's ecosystems. Thus, it is vital to protect the area for future. Big head turtle.
Look at that. You see?
This strange turtle was caught by man exploring the Amazon River. It had a weirdly large, triangular-shaped head. It had an elongated tail that helped in balance and stability in swimming, while no one could be sure of its mysterious identity.
Look at that. You see?
People called it with different names. Some said it was a secretly evolved snapping turtle, while others believe it was some unidentified species living in the Amazon, and some blamed the scientists for it. Now, which side are you on? Let me know. Humpback whale. A captivating sight was made of a humpback whale near the coast of Canada. A group of females saw the whales swimming in and out of water. They had long pectoral fins and hump on their back, which contributed to its name. Now, while it may be a rare sight for you guys, according to some, this area is considered as the feeding ground for the whales. As they are often seen there, they watched in wonder as the whales smoothly glided in the water. Sturgeon. A man found a sturgeon in a quiet, remote lake. Sturgeons are famous for their streamlined body and fin spines that help it stay balanced in the water. However, the video caught a strange sight. As he held the sturgeon, it puffed in and out, almost like it was taking deep breaths. Was it just nature doing its thing, or was there something more to it? Some believe it is a special kind of sturgeon that does this. However, the kind is still rarely seen and hardly described by the marine biologists. So if you happen to have any idea, let me know. Octopus-like fish. A strange event took place when a brown-colored fish was seen stuck in mud. It looked different in shape, and its lower body looked like a baby octopus. This curiously grown fish had big black lips and an eye which looked surreal. Its distinctive features raised confusion to its identity. However, it did not come as a surprise that the video received many views, and the marine biologists showed a willingness to study this peculiar creature more in depth. Arapaima fish.
I'm more
A sinister-looking fish was captured on video by a man who was fishing at night in Mato Grosso in Brazil. He saw two huge creatures lurking beneath the murky water with faces unlike any fish he had seen before. The video went viral with 76 million views. Audience was puzzled and tagged the creature as horrifying. Some believed it to be the Arapaima fish from South America. What on earth is this creature? However, the uncertainty has been there, and the viewers are still waiting for the answer. The subscriber pick. Squids and octopuses are usually found deep in the ocean, far from human reach. However, in these videos, viewers were stunned to see them in an unexpected place: mud. One video showed an octopus sliding across a muddy swamp, with bubbling sounds all around. As strange as it was to see an octopus on mud, it looked like the octopus was enjoying itself. After a few slips and slides, the octopus seemed to vanish into the ground, almost disappearing before our eyes as it found a way to burrow underneath. In another clip, a giant octopus was spotted gliding over a vast muddy plain before it quietly sank into the gooey waters and slipped out of sight.